As the weather warms up and we head into summer, many of you might be heading out to the water. Whether it's the river, the lake, or even the beach, water safety should be top of mind for you and your family. All bodies of water, of course, have their own safety concerns. Swimming pools are the location for hundreds of drownings a year in the U.S. At beaches, you need to be on the lookout for dangerous rip currents. And for the rivers, the ever-changing currents and depths along the rocky riverbeds should always be considered before jumping in.
The key is you always know the section of river you're getting on. You want to know water flow, you want to know depth, you want to know what you're going to run into in between.
There are many hazards along the river, including dams and rocks, these each posing concerns for those who tube down the river.
Tubes can be pierced in some of the things that are in the river. Some of the strainers, some of the rocks can pierce these tubes. The raft itself is not a personal flotation device.
Back in June of 2021, a family of 9 went tubing along the Dan River. They were unfamiliar with the river, and everyone went over an 8-foot dam that was operated by Duke Energy. None of them were wearing life jackets. 5 of the members of that family died. If you're heading to the beach this summer, you want to look out for those flags, as in red flags, meaning that the surf is high or currents are dangerous. 2 red flags mean extreme danger, and you shouldn't go in. If you happen to get caught up in a rip current, you need to call and wave for help and float. Do not try to swim back to shore against the current. You're just going to get too tired. You want to swim out of the rip current parallel to the shore and follow breaking waves back to shore at an angle.
If you see a sectioning of a wave, if you see a band of foam moving seawardly, that's a telltale sign that there is a rip current. You want to stay out of that area. If you're not a very competent swimmer or you're not used to going out in turbulent water or surf, I would suggest not going out at all.
If you see someone that's caught in a rip current, the first thing they tell you to do is do not try and save them. Instead, call 911 to try to get them a flotation device as well. A heroic act could turn deadly. Experts say oftentimes the person who does drown is the rescuer, not the person that was initially in trouble. Water safety isn't just important for the river or the ocean, also important for our local neighborhood pools. Each year, the CDC says 4,000 people die from unintentional drownings in the U.S. On average, 11 drowning deaths each day, with children at the top of that list. Studies show nearly 400 children die every single year from drowning in a pool or a spa. Researchers say it's important to always keep a close eye on your kids in the water, even if they know how to swim.
We like to say have a designated water watcher. It's an adult who is focused on the kids, not reading a book or looking at the phone.
While at the pool or near the pool, you need to make sure that your kids follow a few rules. Make sure that they always ask for permission before going in or near the water. They should never swim alone, and they should always be wearing a life jacket. WFMY News 2's Ben Briscoe shows us how quickly a fun day at the water could turn tragic.
It happened in a matter of seconds. Security video shows 1.5-year-old Cole Petit shimmying out of his life preserver. He then walks over to the family pool and slips beneath the surface. Cole's dad, Zach, was just feet away putting sunblock on his daughter. He makes a dive for his son and rescues him from the water.
I think that I acted in any way that any normal parent would have reacted.
As a firefighter, Zach's responded to drownings before. So at home, he has a pool fence and motion detectors.
If I had gone inside, hey, I'm gonna go grab something to drink real quick, I'm gonna go use the restroom, that small amount of time could have been the difference between, us planning a funeral or not.
An estimated 4,000 deaths are caused by unintentional drownings in the United States every year. It's one of the leading killers of children ages 1 to 4, with most of the drownings in home swimming pools. For families using public pools, the American Lifeguard Association says half of the nation's 309,000 public pools will be forced to close or reduce hours due to a shortage of lifeguards.
They're not going to have a place to go, and they're going to start seeking out lakes, ponds, levees, waterway, canals. There's no lifeguard there, and we're going to see more drownings as a result of that.
Zach posting the video, hoping to warn parents about water safety.
I think if it ends up making one parent pay just a little bit more attention and saves one kid from drowning, and then our message was successful.
We want to keep you and your family safe this summer. If you missed any parts of this Dig Into It segment, you can rewatch it on our YouTube page. WFMY News 2 at 6 is next.